Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla. We are 2 days away from a pivotal moment in Tesla's history, where the doubters will be silenced and Tesla will get a new level of trust. The product that the haters and doubters have called fake and will never happen, a pipe dream, is being delivered in only 2 days. And Elon has just shared the latest test drive result on Twitter. And this Tesla semi-truck is going to be one big test slap to all the haters and the trucking industry, as the truck drivers themselves says about electric semi-trucks. The drivability is like nothing I ever tried before. I don't think many people really get the magnitude of the impact this semi-truck will have, and not just for the trucking industry. So let's take a look back and see what some of the doubters had to say about Tesla and their semi-truck, and why this week we will have such a pivotal moment for Tesla. So let's check it all out and let's dive right in. Elon has shared on Twitter that Tesla has completed a test of the Tesla semi-truck, where it drove 500 miles with 81,000 pounds of load. So more than any diesel truck is allowed to do, as they are only allowed to have a max load capacity of 80,000 pounds, but electric semi-trucks are allowed 82,000 pounds. And many have speculated about Tesla's semi-truck that could not do what Tesla claimed on the reveal it could do, because it would be too heavy. But the fact is that Tesla has actually been able to make an electric semi-truck that only weighs about 17,000 pounds. That is the average of a normal diesel semi-truck that goes from 10,000 to 25,000 pounds. So, as Elon said, there will be no compromises on cargo, and Tesla has just proven that with their test of 500 miles of range with 81,000 pounds, meaning Tesla semi-truck towed about 64,000 pounds of cargo, including the trailer itself, of course. This only a week before Tesla's delivery event of the first Tesla semi-trucks to Pepsi. This truck will truly silence a lot of doubters that have said this truck was a fraud, a pie-in-the-sky dream promised from Elon Musk. Here's what Gabe Hoffman had to say about the Tesla semi-truck back after the reveal.
The Tesla semi-truck, which I told everyone on CNBC was fake news and wasn't up to the specs, well, that was supposed to be delivered by now. We haven't heard anything about that. So fool me twice, it's hard for me to see why consumers will be fooled a third time.
But who can take him serious anymore, as he has also said in January 2019 that Tesla's demand is falling off a cliff, and Tesla would never hit their guidance of 360 to 400,000 in 2019. And he thought that their Q4 in 2018, this little thing here, would be the best quarter Tesla would ever have.
Yes, I believe that Q4 was the best it will ever get for Tesla. Specifically, if you look at their guidance, they guided for a midpoint of 280,000 Model 3s in 2019. That was about 20% below the street consensus of 330, which is also what my friend Joseph has in his estimates. Finally, I would add that I believe demand for all Teslas fell off of a cliff starting January 1st because of the partial tax credit expiry of $3,750. Nobody wanted to buy a car and have to pay almost $4,000 more. There are pictures of lots all over from coast to coast filled with Tesla inventory. But Tesla's reduced guidance for 2019, I believe, is still unrealistic. They sold about 63,000 Model 3s in the fourth quarter, and since I believe demand is lower in the first quarter and going forward due to the expiration of that federal tax credit, I believe they'll be lucky to sell closer to 200,000 for the year or 50,000 a quarter rather than the 70 to 80,000 that others are expecting. If you run that math through the model, Tesla will be burning, once again, billions of dollars in cash rather than generating any cash.
Yes, that did not age well, Gabe. Tesla's net income has actually gone up something like 20 times since Q4 of 2018. So that is a very bad call, my friend. And demand was gone in 2019. And they would never hit their target of 2019, which they did, and almost tripled their sales from 2019 to 2021. So demand is looking pretty good there, Gabe. And the truck you said on CNBC that was fake news and not up to the specs has just shown that the specs are real and the truck is real and is being delivered in just 2 days. But even today, only a few days before Elon announced that Tesla would start delivering to Pepsi on the 1st of December, Gordon Johnson said in an interview the Tesla semi-truck would never happen. The science just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so I don't believe the semi-truck will ever be released because I don't believe that batteries... Just think about this, right? If you just look at the Ford, the F-150 Lightning, look at the range without towing and the range with towing. If you ask somebody in the semi industry, right, think about this, how long it takes to actually charge those batteries. My dad used to be a truck driver. It never made sense. There's going to be no Tesla semi-truck with lithium-ion batteries. The technology just doesn't make sense.
But to be fair, it's not only the automotive analysts that got this completely wrong. Even Daimler got this embarrassingly wrong. Martin Daum, head of the truck division at Daimler, spoke to journalists about their electric truck when Tesla had revealed their semi-truck. He suggested that Tesla's claim are just more pie-in-the-sky promises from Elon Musk, who does have a richly deserved reputation of over-promising and under-delivering when it comes to getting new products into production. Yes, they have been late on most models, as they are completely new cars and platforms, but Tesla has always delivered on specs and performance. Maybe not on time, but they always deliver. Not something you can say about the competition that all promised 300 miles range EVs, but not many actually met that target. And were also delayed. Not only Tesla, like Mercedes themselves on the EQC that was delayed by a year and never came to the US. Something I think Martin seems to have forgotten. As he also said, if Tesla really delivers on this promise, we will obviously buy 2 trucks. One to tear apart and one to test, because if that happens, something has passed us by. But for now, the same laws of physics applies in Germany as in California. Take that, Elon. Yeah, Martin Daum is now looking very stupid and arrogant with his overconfident statement back in 2018. But I do understand why some of the old legacy companies are having trouble believing the numbers when they are so far behind. Because Volvo already have electric trucks out there as well on the market and has already sold about 1,000 units of their heavy electric truck. But their numbers are even worse, as they have their FH semi-truck that can also tow 80,000 pounds. So that's awesome. Electric trucks are powerful, but it can only go 300 kilometers, so not even miles. So that's like 187 miles. So only about 40% of Tesla's range. But we do also see the old guys are still just retrofitting their old trucks to become electric. So they are doing the same mistakes as many did with the electric car by not starting from a blank sheet and rethinking how a truck is built. As we can see, it looks completely normal inside with all the buttons and third-party applications and so on. So of course Tesla's semi-truck will be much more efficient, as they have started from scratch and said, how do we make a truck better? And designed it from the ground up with efficiency in mind and production in mind as well. And yes, it is delayed, but in Tesla's world, that only means that it has become even better, as they have had more time to implement all they have learned through the last 5 years that we have been waiting for this truck, including how to produce it faster. So it is not so surprising that the old guys is nowhere near Tesla specs and are so far behind they think it must be fake. And even Bill Gates said that the electric semi-truck for long haul would never work. He made an extensive blog post about that back in 2020, saying it will never happen. And today we saw Elon Musk replying to a tweet about Bill Gates' comments about the semi-truck, and Elon wrote he can drive it himself if he wants. So yes, a lot of automotive analysts and YouTubers and famous people like Bill Gates and even big companies like Daimler said Tesla was not able to do what Tesla said they could. But Elon has just shown Tesla can do it. All they said it could do, it will do. The only thing that has come down is the charging time, but nothing close to the many hours the doubters have been talking about. But in 30 minutes, it will get 350 miles of range. So in 30 minutes, it will get more range than all the others are able to have on a full charge. And not the 400 miles of range they claimed at the reveal. But I think that is to do with the 4680 cells. I think when the truck gets those batteries in the future, it will be able to get more range in 30 minutes, as the 4680 cells do not have the same kind of heating problems as normal batteries. But other than that, it will be able to do the range and the load that Tesla promised that no one believed. And why? Because no one else has anything that gets close. So I guess Daimler will be buying a few semi-trucks now to learn what it is Tesla is doing. Because as Martin himself said, something must have passed them by. Because it seems like Daimler doesn't really understand the law of physics in California. But it is just because Tesla's technology is so much better, and the bigger the vehicle, the more obvious it gets. So with the semi-truck, they can't hide just how embarrassingly far behind they are. They are so far behind, they believe and publicly have stated that Tesla was lying, because their long-haul electric semi-truck can only do 300 miles and can only charge 180 miles in 30 minutes. So not even close to what Tesla is able to do here. The exciting thing is also, of course, going to be the price of the trucks, because Mercedes has not really told us the price of their big electric semi-truck, and Tesla has taken their down again from the website. So we still have to wait for the price to see if Tesla will also be cheaper than the competition. Because if that's the case, then Daimler and the other guys will really be in big trouble. Because everyone is going to want a Tesla semi-truck then, as there are really no compromises on load capacity, and with a range of 500 miles, it will be able to go further than the truck drivers are allowed to do in one go anyway, and will save the company that operates them about $200,000 over 3 years just in fuel savings. And then you can add maintenance on top of that. It will pay itself off in a couple of years. Everyone will have to get an electric truck, because their financial will look a lot better. You will simply not be able to compete if you don't. And the best value for money will no doubt be the Tesla semi-truck. The demand for this truck will be off the chart in the trucking industry. And Tesla is doing this very smartly by starting with one customer, only one customer, like Pepsi, so they can start building up mega chargers to Pepsi on their route and on their sites, so Tesla don't have to put up chargers everywhere in the beginning, but gradually expand it as they expand their customers. But some might say they don't want an electric truck, but that is only because they have not tried it yet, because the electric truck is also a much better work environment for the drivers than their noisy, polluting diesel truck. As the drive wrote when they were out test driving the Volvo semi-trucks in Göteborg, the 3 experienced trucking journalists were all impressed. The reality is that once an electric truck is experienced, no driver wants to go back to diesel and the internal combustion engines. Gilberto Inkelin from Oslo-based earthwork company Tom Wilhelmsen already have 7 electric tipper trucks from Volvo and says all his drivers love the electric truck. The one holding out was the guy with the tats and the golden chain. I said, you have to try it, and he pointed to a roundabout. It was like 60 meters away, and he said, I'll go there and back, that's it, Akelin recalls. But we ended up driving for 40 minutes and he came back with a big smile. I didn't rub it in, I just let him be. He knows it's a better place for him to work and be. And Kjelting Belfold, the head of alternative driveline at Volvo Norway, said, once drivers have a go with the electric truck, they love it. The drivability is like nothing I have tried before. Yes, once you go electric, you never go back. But Tesla is coming with something that outperforms every other electric truck out there by miles. Literally, by hundreds of miles. This truck is really going to be one big test slap in the face of all the doubters, and I think this will be a big turning point for Tesla as Tesla wins. The doubters and haters and short sellers will be proven wrong, and Tesla will be proven right once again. And people will have to start saying, okay, Tesla does have some secret sauce that the others don't have, and they can build something the others in the industry thought was impossible. Very embarrassing for someone like Daimler, but it is only impossible until someone does it. But the Tesla semi-truck will be a true pivotal moment in Tesla's history. I think it will be known as the product that silenced the critics.
And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.